It has been Mental Health Awareness Week, and I cannot remember a time when mental ill health was being so openly and frankly discussed, but we recognise that it could well be a possible consequence of the combined stresses of the coronavirus pandemic and the multifarious hardships of lockdown, both immediate and longer term. Laura Ashurst lives in Stokesley and, among other activities, she's a speaker, she's a qualified complementary therapist. She also runs a blog whose front page you are now looking at. When diagnosed with breast cancer, she was told she might live another 2 years. That was in 2007, so something's gone right. I gave her a ring partly because of an email she'd sent round about Mental Health Awareness Week, and also because what she has been through in terms of her physical illness gives her particular insights into the effect of that on her mental well-being. We connected not least because of my own involvement in the world of mental health care for the last 10 years of my working life, and our conversation ranged far and wide. I can only play extracts here, but I will get a fuller version posted as a podcast when time.
Yeah, Mental Health Awareness Week and all issues relating to mental health are very, very important to me because it is something that I have struggled with for many years now, and particularly this year where we are facing a period of lockdown through the coronavirus, because people like me, we're being advised stay at home for this duration, and it has raised lots of issues for people like me.
How does that feel, that constraint?
What I've been trying to do is be very sensible and pragmatic about it in terms of acknowledging and being grateful for the things that I do have instead of focusing on what I can't do at the moment. I have a garden, I have a lovely home that I can be comfortable in, and I am able to get fresh air every day in the garden. It's not as though I don't have any outside space to sit in, but it kind of amplifies the reasons why I'm taking extra precautions because of my diagnosis of secondary breast cancer, which means that if I contracted the coronavirus, I would be at severe risk of succumbing to it in quite a dramatic way.
Why do you think it's important that we have this why we have this week every year? Because it's not just a coronavirus thing, is it? It's about raising awareness of all the kinds of mental health issues that people live with and are perhaps not very public about.
Yeah, well, the Mental Health Foundation, the charity that is responsible for they were responsible for starting the Mental Health Awareness Week 19 years ago. They're one of the largest mental health charities in the United Kingdom, and it's extremely important that there is time allocated within the annual calendar to focus on the issues of mental health, because so many people are affected by mental health issues within their lifetime, and it's still a topic that requires a lot of airing and a lot of discussion, because there is still a lot of stigma attached to actually saying you're struggling with mental health issues.
Yeah, because people say things like, snap out of it, pull yourself together, don't they?
Yeah, phrases like that aren't helpful because it's kind of on a par with be positive, stay positive. That's
be happy.
Not really helpful advice to somebody that's suffering with depression and finding it difficult to get out of bed every day, because it sounds as though it's an easy thing to do, stay positive, be positive, but it's far from easy when you are in the depths of depression and suffering with anxiety every day. But there are still lots of people who live with mental health conditions that aren't able to be vocal and aren't able to say I'm struggling. And Mental Health Awareness Week puts the spotlight on that aspect of it as well, that, there are some of us like me that do feel comfortable about talking openly about it, but there are many people that live with mental health conditions that don't feel comfortable and kind of live in the shadows, as it were, with their condition.
That's actually part of the condition, isn't it? But you have it, and it makes you not want to talk about it. It makes you feel very self-conscious and hear about.
Absolutely, and so it's taken me a number of years to feel comfortable enough to actually talk openly about the mental health issues that I deal with and face every day. But that's taken me a long time and a lot of support to be able to do that. There are still many people who don't feel able to do so, and so Mental Health Awareness Week allows a week in the year where people actually think, well, hang on a minute, let's talk about this week. Let's put this on the agenda, put it in the spotlight, and we're doing that for all of us, for those able to speak about it and for those unable to speak about it too.
And when you do speak out, do people say, I don't want to hear about this, it's too frightening, or do they say, well done, that was really helpful?
I think they on the whole, they say, well done, that's very helpful. I think what is important to me is acknowledging that, as human beings, we're all vulnerable.
I'm smiling because this phrase, vulnerable adults, always amuses me. I'm sort of looking around for invulnerable adults. The only people who try to come on that they are invulnerable are like the strong men, the tyrants, and they're pathetic in a way. There's nothing particularly human about being invulnerable, is there?
It's been interesting to see how some patients like me have been put into the vulnerable category, because we're all vulnerable in some shape, way or form, and acknowledging our vulnerabilities as human beings means that it is easier to talk about and deal with our mental health issues, because part of being vulnerable means that we all require support and care.
I'm going to ask you now to talk a little bit about the focus, because it's kindness, and you've written something about this blog. And just before I let you talk again, I was struck by one very poignant sentence in your blog. It says, the memory of something unkind that's said or done to you lasts a lot longer than something kind. I was struck by that. Is that true?
That's a reference to the fact that as humans, our brains tend to lean more towards the negative bias.
Right?
So research shows us that we're much more likely to remember something that unkind that has happened to us, and we recall that much more easily than a kind thing that's happened to us. And it's just the way that our brain functions. And by understanding that, that's helpful, because it tells us that that's the normal functioning of the brain and that we're all very alike. And so we need to be working on ourselves in a kindly way, and this idea of self-care and being kind to ourselves to kind of rein our brains in a little bit and just say, okay, I know perhaps that as humans our brains lean towards a negative bias, so on a daily basis I'm going to try and be kind to myself to really draw on the positive experiences that I have had where kindness has been shown to me, because it is very, very easy for our brains to lean more towards that negative slant and to recall the unkind events. So the idea of being kindly towards ourselves is a really important aspect of self-care.
Can you be kind to everybody?
That's a big ask, and little random acts of kindness mount up over time, but in order to be kind to anyone, in the first place, we have to be able to be kind to ourselves and practicing self-compassion.
Yeah, but I mean, can you be kind to the scumbags of this world who might thieve from you or make you feel frightened or abuse you? Can you be kind to them?
That kind of question, we look at forgiveness, because we don't forgive others to be kind to them. We forgive others to be kind to ourselves, for us to be able to make progress and move on with our lives. Because harbouring anger and resentment and hurt are very big pieces of baggage to carry around with us.
It eats you up, doesn't it, being angry and hateful?
Absolutely. Yeah. They're very big things to carry around with us, and so if we look at being kind towards somebody that has been unkind, a very big way perhaps to us, we can perhaps do that from a mental point of view. It might be difficult to actually do a physical act of kindness towards that person, but within our own mindset and within ourselves, it can take a lifetime to get towards actually showing forgiveness towards somebody that's been very unkind to us. But in the long run, it's actually better for us. Many years ago, back in 2012, I was referred onto a mindfulness program as part of the support for me as a cancer patient. And I was introduced to an 8-week program of mindfulness that actually transformed the way that I approach my life. And it has also underpinned a lot of the psychological support that I've been given from my clinical psychologist since 2008. So mindfulness has been a way of being for me for many, many years now. And I've seen firsthand how mindfulness and mindfulness interventions have really helped me to cope in living day to day with an incurable form of breast cancer, which when I was given the diagnosis in December 2007, I was given a life expectancy of 2 years.
And you're still here.
When that happens now, clearly that didn't happen, because the drug regime that I'm on is actually working daily to control the metastatic breast cancer growth in my lungs, and I'm extremely grateful for that. But that's the physical element of how the cancer has affected me within my body. What's been a much, much greater challenge for me has been trying to deal with the mental aspect of this, and mindfulness has enabled me to do that, along with the clinical support that I've received from my psychologist.
Is there any sense in which you feel that mental discipline has helped you with the physical, I won't say recovery, but the physical maintenance of your health?
Absolutely, because the whole field of neuroscience now shows us that the mind-body connection is a very concrete link. And we are what we think. Our brains control everything that we do. And so interventions to perhaps help with our thought processes are really, really important. And it's definitely, and I know I speak on behalf of lots of patients like me, mindfulness has really, really helped us to cope on a day-to-day basis with some of the fallout of the cancer drug therapy.
Like I say, there will be a fuller version of that conversation on our website before too long. But you know what? With Laura saying, be kind, not just to others, but also to yourself, I reckon that what the world needs now is, go on, you know how it goes.